CCJ returns to Guyana for a second itinerant sitting. Tropical Storm Bret packs a punch in the Lesser Antilles and Barbados, and CARICOM is reviewing its main intra-regional trade instruments. Good day, everybody. Welcome to this week's broadcast of the CARICOM News Time. With the details, I am Tutankin English Francis. The Caribbean Court of Justice returned to Guyana on Wednesday, June 21st, for its second itinerant sitting in Guyana at the Arthur Chung Conference Center. From June 21st to 22nd, the Apex Regional Court heard 5 cases in its original and appellate jurisdictions. President of the court, Justice Adrian Saunders, said itinerant sittings of the court are critical to the perception of justice. The visit to Guyana allowed the CCJ to celebrate CARICOM's 50th anniversary with the country and the people that host the CARICOM Secretariat headquarters, Justice Saunders noted.
In one of his several academic publications, the late Duke Pollard, a national of this country and a former esteemed judge of the court, referred to the CCJ as the institutional centerpiece of the CARICOM single market and economy. This was and remains a fitting descriptor. The CCJ stands as both a product and a beacon of regional integration. The court is one of the vital means through which the aspirations of the people of the Caribbean community for peace, justice, economic advancement, stability, security can be realized.
Acting Chancellor of the Judiciary of Guyana, Honorable Madam Justice Yonette Cummins Edwards, told the ceremonial opening that the CCJ has been working assiduously to carve out a Caribbean jurisprudence that is second to none.
From 2004 to now, the court has been working assiduously to carve out a Caribbean jurisprudence that is second to none. And indeed, as the court stated in the case of Boyce and Joseph, the main purpose in establishing this court is to promote the development of a Caribbean jurisprudence, a goal which Caribbean courts are best equipped to pursue.
Guyana's Acting Chief Justice, Honorable Madam Justice Roxanne George, said the CCJ is a household name in Guyana. She noted that the decisions have impacted not only individuals, but the whole nation. Justice George congratulated St. Lucia on its recent ascension to the CCJ and encouraged other CARICOM countries to join the regional Apex Court.
I extend congratulations to St. Lucia and the CCJ on the accession of this CARICOM sister state to the court, making us a family of 5 states that have acceded to the court in its appellate jurisdiction. We look forward to other sister territories embracing the CCJ as their final appellate court, as it ensures greater access to justice for more of the peoples of our region, weaving together the several strands that make up the jurisprudential tapestry that is evident in our region.
Justice Saunders and the judges of the court paid a courtesy call on the Deputy Secretary General of CARICOM, Dr. Armstrong Alexis, and the General Counsel, Justice Lisa Shulman, at the CARICOM Secretariat. Tropical Storm Bret packed a punch in parts of the Lesser Antilles and in Barbados, signaling an aggressive first month of the 2023 Atlantic hurricane season.
As of 5 a.m. this morning, the Met Office has indicated that it has dropped the tropical storm warning. The tropical storm warning is no longer in effect for Barbados. So that is very, very good news. It was a long night. It was a rough night. Many of you would have experienced some pretty severe weather, ranging from torrential downpours to very, very high winds. We have some reports of damage. Luckily, we've had no reports of loss of life or no reports of injuries to persons.
Earlier in the week, the National Hurricane Center in Miami downgraded a hurricane warning it had issued for Bret, the second named storm of the season. That would have been a rarity for June, according to weather watchers. CARICOM is reviewing its main intra-regional trade instruments, making them fit for purpose, according to the Directorate of Single Market and Trade. Member states and other regional stakeholders met on June 22nd and 23rd to discuss proposed changes to the Common External Tariff and the Rules of Origin.
CARICOM Rules of Origin and the CARICOM CET, those were set up in 1992. Since then, we've had a lot of things change within the region. The world trading system has become more integrated through globalization, and other factors like the new rules that would have come into place, which make production processes more easy or simpler for CARICOM companies to qualify for, while we still have the same rules that were set up in 1992. So in the review process, we're going to look at all the rates we have for goods coming into the region, and we'll make them more competitive where necessary, or we'll make them more accessible. For example, some of the goods that we produce, we need to import the raw materials from outside. So in those cases, we will try to lower the rates to make our goods more competitive when being traded within the region as compared to those coming from outside.
CARICOM ministers with responsibility for the environment and sustainable development will meet on the 27th of June in a special session of the Council for Trade and Economic Development. In preparation for the ministerial session, officials met on the 19th of June in hybrid format. Ministers are expected to discuss the region's sustainable development as CARICOM prepares for the 4th International Conference on Small Island and Low-Lying Coastal Developing States, which take place in Antigua and Barbuda in 2024. The Honorable Carlos James, Minister of Tourism, Civil Aviation, Sustainable Development and Culture of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, will chair the meeting. As CARICOM's 50th anniversary dawns, celebrations are heating up in the region and the diaspora. Several member states have announced national holidays on the 4th of July to mark the historic anniversary of CARICOM. Recently, Barbados Ambassador to CARICOM, His Excellency David Commijon, joined the communications specialist at the CSME office in Barbados, Salas Hamilton, to launch a 50th anniversary publication at a Bay Primary School in Barbados. The book titled I Am CARICOM, Kofi's Journey was published by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Barbados as part of its 50th anniversary activities. In the diaspora, New York's Mayor Eric Adams joined the Caribbean immigrants on June 15th for a CARICOM flag-raising ceremony to mark the Golden Jubilee anniversary.
By raising the flag here today, we are saying we see you. We acknowledge your presence. We acknowledge your contribution to the city and your country. We acknowledge all that you have offered, not only during COVID, when many people were able to social distance and to remotely work. We know you and the nurses associations and nurses who are all over this country came from Caribbean diaspora countries and different countries, placed their lives on the line to make sure other New Yorkers were able to survive the devastation of COVID. You are the backbone of this city. You respect and love this city. You believe in family, small businesses, and you believe in public safety and justice. Those combined efforts are why we're here today to raise the flag.
Composer of the CARICOM song, Michelle Henderson, was there to sing of our Caribbean pride with a spirited rendition of the song. Thank you for joining this broadcast of the CARICOM News Time. For more stories, you can visit the CARICOM news site at today.caricom.org or the CARICOM website at caricom.org. You can also like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram, and do subscribe to our YouTube channel. Be safe and see you next time.